Boom! Super Bowl week, episode number 34. I didn't ask this before. 34?
33. Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Is this Saquon Barkley episode or not?
No, this is Dominic Rhodes episode.
All right, Dominic Rhodes, the
Kevin
tainted,
Falk.
the tainted championship, the Kevin Falk, Dion Lewis duel episode. I'm Mike. As always, the crew is here. We may have a drop-in visitor. We are entering Milford. Steve, welcome aboard, buddy.
Mike, I'm excited for you. Super Bowl week.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Me
this rolls
too.
out.
Case, we doing all right?
Yeah, doing fine.
And Pete, you're doing a good belly rub of Mac right now. Do you feel like you still need an emotional belly rub, or we moved on from the week and we're good?
No, we'll see how long he stays put. But no, I'm doing well. I wish somebody would rub my belly. Be fantastic. Steve,
Emotional support animal.
start driving, Steve.
Is that what it is? Is that like the cat?
Case's role.
Is the cat's biggest draw the emotional support animal?
I don't know. He's pretty upset at McCorkle this week, so he's upset at his namesake. So,
I'm terribly allergic to cats, so
dude, how about I thought I was allergic to cats my entire life? My mom lied to me.
seriously?
She told me my entire life, you're allergic to cats. We can never get a cat. My wife's like, can we get a cat? Can we get a cat? And finally we got one. I was like, let's foster it. And if I break out, then let's do whatever. Nope, I'm not allergic to cats. My parents lied to me my entire life.
Now, as a parent, I think we can all agree that there are certain things that we tell our children as kids that we now understand why our parents may or may not have lied to us.
Yes, I definitely understand.
I've never lied to my son, Steve.
So another lie right there.
You got a good record.
No, he definitely hasn't. His son's 6 months old. He hasn't lied to his son yet.
Oh, he's lied to him. He absolutely lied to him.
Oh,
Not yet.
Lying,
Not yet. Not yet.
lying to us right now.
All right, so here we go. We got Super Bowl at the forefront of our fingertips. It is Ennis, it is Kaleli. To kick us off, I went back and listened to our mid-season reviews. Do we remember who we all picked?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, we all picked Ennis, including Ennis. Still a bad sign for
It's hard. It's like,
Here we go. Drop-in visitor.
Royal Rumble entrance.
Double beep. Oh, please work.
Q Razor.
Oh, you didn't know?
Now here we go. Hold on. And the least favorite member of the Mrs. Seaver trifecta.
Ethan Gomley. No, wait.
Not only
Sage
can't get
Janowitz.
it right, you
No,
can't get
Sage.
it
Oh,
right.
Sage. She didn't like it. Aaron Dix. Aaron Dix is on the podcast this week, everyone. Lloyd, we can't see you, dude.
Jankowitz was the best.
He was the best. Remember the day I found him on Facebook, Pete, and I called you, and I'm like, you'll never guess who I found on Facebook.
That was ridiculous. Yeah.
Want to see what wine he's drinking?
Lloyd, are you there?
Yes, I can't get on my iPad though. This is like really annoying me.
Well, you'll be great for the podcast audience. For the YouTube audience, you might need to describe what products you put in your hair today so we know what we can expect.
If I can't get it on my iPad, I can't do this on my phone. It's too confusing. Let me try getting it on my iPad one more time.
What
Sorry,
an answer. All
horrible.
right, Dan.
All right.
It's like the waiver wire.
Do it live.
What is
What?
more?
These two rookie running back
Question.
quarterbacks.
What is more confusing to Dan Larkin? Joining a podcast via his iPad or Fab? Pete, what's your guess?
This seems pretty difficult right now.
This is horrible. My phone's about to die too. That's the worst part. I mean, I could probably do it, but this is
Yeah,
How
you
long
wanna
to
make a
hang
pick?
up to Zach Wilson?
Dan, do you want to make any picks before your phone dies?
God, no, I want to stay on. This is awesome. I haven't been invited in whatever,
Why does everyone
20,
Don't do that. You're always
32.
invited. Dan, you just texted me and said, when is the pod? And I said, do you want to come on? It was a 2-second invite.
I know. Yeah. All right. Let's keep it going.
record,
I'll be right
never
back. I
invited
gotta get my phone charger.
This is incredible. I'm so glad Dan is joining the way he's joining, and he wasn't on for the pre-production meeting.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay, Dan. Yes.
Mike, based off of your recommendation, I did ask Lloyd for a Christmas wine recommendation. I was going to Total Wine, and he gave 2 excellent recommendations.
You got to know where to go. One of the most important lessons I try to teach the youngsters in life, not every opinion is of equal value. And you have to find people for different subjects that you can go to. Dan Larkin, now my wine guy. Steve
Most bad
DeVito,
guy.
my weather guy.
Here goes the internet again, Michael. Here we go.
What?
Got a good hesitation thing going on, Mike, right now.
No, I'm on my internet.
It's not good.
Oh man.
We're combusting with Lloyd's presence.
I think Lloyd messed me up.
Sorry.
Am I back now?
Guy.
Am I back now?
And then you froze at one point too.
Am I back now?
Yeah.
Did you
All right.
guys see the technical difficulties from the last episode? I was so confused at what was going on.
No.
Pete, did you cut the video, by the way?
No, I was too lazy.
Oh, it was weird. Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
You
It
guys
eventually-
watched wait, you guys watched the YouTube?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. It eventually corrected itself. So I didn't care.
Yeah, it was weird. Like we were talking, but Mike wasn't the face that was frozen for us for the YouTube audience, which is too bad because the one for us was better.
Well, because it froze for mine, because I'm the host.
That's
Mike,
true.
could you hear what we were saying?
No. And the podcast didn't pick it up.
Oh, his internet just went again.
Mine?
Oh my God. Is he all right?
Yeah, I'm on my good internet.
It's frozen again. Frozen again.
Let's go on.
Oh, Mike.
I'm on my good internet, guys. I don't know what you want me to say.
You all right?
Say my players are better than your players.
They were last week, Pete. Sorry. Did you hear that? That was a good comeback. Did that get picked up?
You're still
Yes.
frozen, but we heard you.
All right.
Your
Guys,
internet's terrible.
you want me to turn my video off?
No, don't do that. I don't know what Lloyd's doing. It's freaking me out.
All right, let's
Unrelated, yes.
Let's get to the week. So we got the Super Bowl at our fingertips.
Oh, you're
We
back.
had-
There you go.
We had two moments in this season where we, as a group, picked who we thought we all picked Innis at the midweek, and then we asked the entire league who the league thought was going to win going into the playoffs and who the Super Bowl matchups are. 9 out of 10 teams in our league picked either me or Jeff to win the Super Bowl.
There you go.
Only one team didn't. There he is, Case. Appreciate that, Case. Appreciate that, Case. So before we get into the Super Bowl preview, let's preview what else we have going on. So for folks who didn't listen, Tuesday's podcast is up, episode 32, the Jim Brown episode. Pete walked through what's at stake for the draft lottery. We'll get some more details on that next week. But we have a consolation bracket. We'll do a very quick preview on the consolation bracket just so we can see who's going to fall into what spot. Is Lloyd going to get the 3 pick? Is Lloyd going to get the 4 pick? Or is DeVito going to fall to the typical pattern of his year, the 4-4-4-1 mix, as they call it in the biz? Pete, do you have numbers on the constellation stuff, or you just want to do who your picks are?
I only look at winners.
Great. So then, who do you think wins, Steve or Breen?
Steve, sure.
Case?
I'll take DeVito with his whopping 183 projected points.
Huge.
Yeah, look
He
at that.
won't score that high because he's going to have to play Breen ball, which means he's
Yeah.
probably going to score somewhere
Yeah.
in the 150s,
muck
but
it
he'll
up.
still win. He'll still win.
Lloyd, you got a pick down there? You picking DeVito or you picking Breen?
I'm doubling down on both bungles this week. I want DeVito as number 1 bungle and number 2 in the NFL. The bungles need to beat the chefs.
Okay. I don't feel great about that one. I'm glad you're there, Dan. It's really nice that I can't see your face. It's very mysterious. And so, Dan, you are aware of the implications if Steve wins, you get the 3rd lottery spot.
I love it.
Dig it. All right. Steve, before we get your pick, one of the things I like to do around playoff time is I say, what if like 1 or 2 things didn't go the way they went down the stretch? In week 16, is that the last week of the season now?
No, that was last week.
Week 15, Breen lost the case by 3 points, right? If Breen had won, Breen would have been in the playoffs. He would have played me in the first round. Pete would have played Case in the first round. Do you realize that? If that was the case, the playoffs this week, the finals would be Kevin Breen versus Pete DeLuca. Just goes to show you how thin the margins are in fantasy football and how things can change based off a couple of outcomes to a couple of games. I know, Pete, we don't go back and second guess, no excuses, whatever it may be. It's just funny how things work like that. Steve.
I would have played a different lineup against Pete. Different matchups, you know.
Might have gone to the waiver wire.
There you go.
Ask Lloyd for some fab.
Steve, you picking yourself, I presume?
Yep.
And I called it, just so you know, Steve. I called this 4 weeks ago, 5 weeks ago. I said you're winning out.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. I'm behind you all day, BP, you and me. If this result is the case, next year, Steve will try to become only the second team to win the consolation bracket and then the Super Bowl in subsequent years. And Breen will be a likely favorite because the 6 seeds won it a number of times. The other game, I literally only want you to say a name. Spates or Darian? Case?
Oh. Christian.
Ugh. Lloyd?
Oh, Spades.
Guys, it's not that complicated. Just take a name. No one's writing it down. Pete.
I'm writing it down.
DJ.
DeVito.
Hey,
I'll pick. Space. I'll pick Space.
just make sure you write that down. Mike took UGHHHH.
Yeah, make sure my is longer than yours and Lloyd's. All right, Case?
Got it.
All right, then the two matchups of the winners bracket. Pete, I'm assuming this also means you don't have any statistics for you in Case.
No, I don't. I mean, I have the stuff based on what we've done last week, but
That's okay. Let's not do that. So we got big brother versus little brother. I've heard the joke maybe 7 or 8 times. I don't actually know who the little brother is in the joke. Whatever. So again, from a historic standpoint, the loser of the losers bracket, so the 4th seed, whoever gets the 4th seed has never won the title the following year. So if you lose this week, you are essentially putting a stake in the ground and saying like, hey, this is bad karma going into the next year. I think the person who will have the bad karma going into the next year is the guy who had the bad karma in the second half of the year. So I'll lead us off. I think Case is going to lose this game. I think Pete's going to win this game. He had a couple bad breaks last week. Steve, what do you think? Who do you think is bad karma? This pick in this game, sponsored by Credit Karma. Make sure your credit score is checked. You can check that free at creditkarma.com.
doesn't affect your credit.
Whatever.
Well, since Case was all in, he better start praying that he doesn't lose this week because he went all in to then be out next year. But I'm taking Pete in this as well.
I understand what you're trying to go with. He did win $500. You can't take that victory away from. It might not be the whole enchilada, but it's an enchilada. It's a taco. You got a taco.
All in isn't regular season. All in is all in. Like he won
True. I
the
agree.
big thing.
I agree. He still got a taco. How was the taco Case? Good taco. Lloyd, you're picking the consolation game.
Case.
Thank you, Dan.
You could have expanded more if you wanted, Dan. I didn't need the one word. Do you want to expand or you just want to go with
With 2
Case?
words. He said,
You know, I'm so messed up right now. My phone, I can't even like get my normal Zoom on my phone. Something happened. I'm not good with technology. It's horrible.
Mark it.
Lloyd,
Lloyd. Say you pick me because DeVito's an idiot.
I want DeVito to win. I need him to win.
yeah. The Case,
Yeah, but you can
shove
pick
it.
me and you're still an idiot.
This is dynamite. This is dynamite
Now,
content.
Lloyd, you can correct Case on this. Who won that original deal between Case and I?
Ooh.
The guy can't even get his Zoom working. You think he knows who's in that trade? Go ahead, Dan.
Mike, thank you. And I'm going to say Steve.
Appreciate it, Dan.
He's all in. He's
all
all
in on the
in
bungle.
on DeVito this week. It doesn't matter what question we ask. He's going to say DeVito. He's just trying to.
Not if you talk to me about our trade, I'm not going to say DeVito. No way.
No, you won our trade based off that. Gee, I don't even know if I can place take one this week. All right, Pete and Case. You're going to pick yourselves. You're going to pick your counterpart. And who's the older brother?
So the joke originally, I called him my little brother, and then he reversed it and just overplayed it. Like every great joke that he has. It was once one of my jokes that I said softly. Brian Casey just said it louder and more.
He
off.
amplified it. He
Yeah.
Caselified it. All right. But so Case, in your version of the joke, are you still the little brother?
I win all the time, so I'm the older brother. Pete just thinks he wins. He calls me little brother. It's a defense mechanism.
Now, when you say win all the time, do you mean win all the time in your matchups?
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Just
Yes,
wanted to
because
clarify
I
that.
still have this number in my memory, Pete. I think I'm set. What am I, 7-3 in the last 10?
Yeah, I don't know. I
that's
mean,
a 700 winning percentage, right, little bro?
numbers go out the window when you're 4-0 in the postseason against somebody. You've never beat me in a substantial amount. Like that.
Maybe he said I feel bad for you.
This sounds like the defense of a little brother. I'm not gonna lie. This sounds like somebody.
Best part of it is D. Larkin's iPhone just keeps popping on and off. That's just making me laugh. All right, who are you guys picking? So to clarify,
I'm sorry, guys.
Dan, I'm telling you right now, Dan, don't apologize. This is fire content. keep it going.
I can't even see my settings button.
Even better. Even better, Dan.
I clicked the Zoom thing. Now I'm all messed up.
The last place
Even
TV.
better.
I feel like we have Dave Colelli on right now.
Even better. No, Dave Clay knows his technology. He wouldn't. June Colelli, who knows? I called my mom today, by the way. It was just weird. We'll TV and then we'll come back to the pick. I called my mom today and she didn't pick up the phone. My dad's voice is my mom's voicemail. And it goes, hey, you reached June's phone. And I'm like, what? Did she record her own voicemail? Whatever.
Would have been that would be a money voicemail too to hear what you would say.
I was like, what is who are you picking, guys?
Michael.
I want your dad to record my voicemail.
Is that mom? Pete, are you picking yourself?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Case?
I'm picking myself.
Do we think Lloyd's thinking it?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm
All right, Pete, let's
If you apologize anymore, we're gonna kick you off.
no, do it. Keep doing what you're doing, man. It's really wonderful. All right, Pete,
this is horrible.
This
I
is
think this is
unbelievable.
a 3-year-old.
we've made. I think it's shocking we have 33 episodes of this stupid program, but good for us. Good on us.
I think it's awesome, guys. The podcast was awesome. Like, I don't know if this is the first year you guys did it or before, but great. I know you didn't think I was an avid listener. I love the YouTube so I could see expressions, but great job.
Dan, just don't feel disappointed in yourself that you've let the YouTube audience down. We appreciate those kind words.
Our ratings would have skyrocketed on YouTube with Lloyd in the picture.
They would have.
Anyone that watches the podcast on a 55-inch screen TV, that's pretty impressive.
So Pete, the other thing is I try to like look you up on YouTube and you're not easily found. And then when I did try to do it, like I could never find you. And so I could never find the podcast. It's like, I don't know if you're private or whatever, but
yeah, I'm wiped from everything. No one can go on Google Images and try to find one of me. I work in digital marketing, so I don't have.
Oh, you're
Okay.
purpose. So you
fair
purposely
enough.
wipe
That makes
yourself.
sense.
I don't have any trace.
Wow.
But yeah, well, I'll send you the link on the podcast. You can use that link anywhere and you should be able to access it.
There you go. Inside info. All right, Pete. Here we go. Jeff and I. This is a rematch of. Oh, I hope he doesn't come back, guys. I mean, that was incredible.
Is that his 13th loss of the year? Or
I don't know. That's his 4th win of the year is what that was. That was incredible. So this is a rematch of 05. Do I have that year right? 16 years in the making?
Yeah, I'll do a preview. Ready?
Let's hear it. So Innocent Colelli. This is a game. I think 7 people in the league picked this game as the finals. We have 5 people who picked Innis to win, 4 people who picked me to win, and Case, who pride is a beautiful thing. He picked himself and he rode him into the ground. Pete, give us the preview. Big rides, chosen ones.
All right, let's talk about playoff history first. In the last 21 years, Mike has made the playoffs 11 times. Of the seeds, Mike, you were a 1 seed in 05 and 06. You're a 2 seed in 02, 19, 20, and 21. 3 seed in 01 and 03, and a 4 seed in 09, 10, and 18.
What was that this year? 2 seed?
You were a 2 seed in 02, and then 19, 20, and 21.
Huh, look at that.
Yeah, big gap there. I don't know what happened from 03 to 18, but you were in a 2 seed.
A lot of things.
This is Mike's 3rd time advancing to the Super Bowl. He advanced in 2005. He was the 1 seed. He beat Breen before he lost to Jeff in the Super Bowl. And then in 2010, he was the 4 seed. He beat Breen again before beating me in the Super Bowl. That's not cool. Jeff's playoff history. In the last 21 years, Jeff made the playoffs 7 times. He's been the 1 seed twice. That was in 09 and 15. He was the 3 seed in 05. And he was the 4 seed in 09, 10, and 18. He's never been the 2 seed.
Wow.
This is his 5th time advancing to the Super Bowl, as it's been stated multiple times. He is 4-0 in the Super Bowl.
4-0.
He was the first team to win back-to-back. Well, Christian won back-to-back in 99 and 2000, if you really want to count that. Whoa, Dan.
Hey, welcome back. Welcome back, Dan. Oh, I think we see his face.
You want me to keep going?
Keep going. Dan,
Okay.
just so you know, Pete is previewing Jeff and I's playoff history.
I'm sorry. You got kicked out.
Okay, man.
That's all right, man. All right. Let's talk about Jeff 4-0 in the Super Bowl. He was so Christian won back-to-back to start the league in 99 and 2000. Then Jeff won back-to-back in 04 and 05. And then Breen won back-to-back right after that. So those are the last people to ever do it. Jeff won in 04. He beat me, and then Breen in the Super Bowl. In 05, he beat me, and then Kaleli in the Super Bowl. In 09, he was the 1 seed. He beat Kaleli and then me in the Super Bowl. And in 13, he was the 3 seed. He beat Andy and then Christian in the Super Bowl. This is a flashback of the 2005 Super Bowl, which was a narrow 338 to 335 win for Jeff.
Hey, if you adjust that for inflation, what would that be in today's scoring?
I don't know, but a 12-point
Very
win
close.
in that system
Divided by, can we just say, so what were those? Just divided by 3. I think it'll be pretty close, right?
what 348 to 348 to
Oh,
In a bathrobe? Is he showing up on the pod in a bathrobe?
who is
What's
that
up,
guy?
What's up, Paul Bunyan?
My Snuggie, all right?
there's
Are you-
2 iPhones right now.
You're open. Oh, I can kick out the other one.
Sorry. Took me half the podcast to figure it out.
We're
There you
gonna
go.
lose him and kick him off.
Let's kick him right out.
I hope I don't kick off both of you.
Oh, Dan,
I
what
don't
are
think
you
I
drinking?
can. I don't think I.
Who cares? Just keep him here. It's fine.
Whatever. Whatever.
All right.
Well,
Sorry,
Pete-
guys.
Pete, let's just say for simplistic purposes, there we go. Simplicity, the league, let's just say it tripled. So give me those scores again. 348.
Yep.
Hold on, divided by. Steve, can you remember 116?
I got it.
And then 335.
Wow, 112.
116 to
Oh,
112.
Peaches
another
and
112
cream.
moment. Cue Dan Larkin.
Peaches
All right.
and cream.
So it would have been a 4-point win. So I guess we probably should have just taken 12 and divided that by 3. But I got anyway. So where were we?
Oh, you mean the difference between the two scores? I was like, wait, all right, we're getting there.
In that game, Sean Alexander had 96 points. Ricky Williams had 77 points to lead the way for Jeff, who also got a 0 at tight end for starting Ben Troop.
Oh,
And
my.
in original league fashion, his team missed an extra point, so he got -10 from the
And he
kicker.
still won?
He got a 0 and a -1 because the kicker ended up getting 9 points.
Oh.
And you still lost to him.
This matchup is
Who
unbelievable. I'm
who
looking
didn't
at
play
it.
well for me? Which one of my guys didn't play well?
Mike, you started Ashley Lally, Marcus Pollard, and Zach Crockett in a Super Bowl.
Oh, Zach Crockett was a beast, dude. Remember him on the Raiders? He was great.
Matt Hasselbeck scored a lot for you. Hines Ward scored a lot, and Larry Johnson was the top scorer. He scored 101 points in the matchup.
I had Larry Johnson and Sean Alexander score a combined 200 points, and I lost. Oh man.
No, Sean Alexander was on Innis's team. He had
Oh, he was?
90. Yeah, Sean Alexander and Ricky Williams were on Innis's
I
team.
thought I had Sean Alexander for all those years.
You did before, but Larry Johnson was your player this year.
101.
The good old days. I miss those days. We got to go back to those inflated scores. Those
No,
were so
we
fun.
don't.
The 101
Dumbest
points,
system ever.
32 carries, 131 rushing yards, and a touchdown.
Lloyd, for no reason at all, one year we just put a 0 at the end of our scoring to just make it so it was huge numbers that you saw, and it messed up everything.
Everything.
And
Everything but Ross's score.
Russ still lost.
Like,
Dan, you
what's
know what
Joe
I
doing
uncovered?
this game?
Dan, did you hear last week's pod? I uncovered that Ross did win the consolation bracket one year.
That was impressive.
That's a miracle. God bless him. Can I tell you guys something about Ross? Like, I love Ross. I hadn't seen Ross in the longest time until I saw him down at Duddy's Cape House, and I offered him $500 cash on the spot. I had it on me. I said, I will pay you for your fantasy team. This was probably like 5-6 years ago. Ross, give your team up right now. $500-600 cash. What do you want? No, I'm good. This is when last time you guys had the draft in like person or whatever. And then here I am. I got his team for free.
Well, I still think we should have charged you $500 to pay for the draft next year.
Listen, you guys, I'm fine. Honestly, no word of a lie. I'm fine with it. You guys charge me. I will still pay. I'm so happy to be in this league. I'm fine with it. I'll still pay the 500. Call it 1,000. Whatever you want. I'm so in.
Oh man.
Just charge it.
So Dan, just so you know, Pete and I have been talking. We want to do an in-person draft and rent a house, all of us.
Ooh.
Get your cat
There
out
goes
of here,
McCorkle.
Pete. Get your cat out of here, dude.
I would love that. It's got to be before March 15th, though.
Taxes?
Well, no, my wife's pregnant, so
Oh, Mazel tov.
Hey,
Congratulations.
You guys know what you're having?
thank you. Yes, another Another degenerate Larkin. Boy.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes Case's Wi-Fi.
That wasn't me, right?
Get him out of here.
That wasn't me,
That
right?
wasn't me.
Get him out of here. Pete.
Lloyd, it'll be next August, so you can get away. Save up.
Oh,
Save up
August?
all
Oh,
the
yeah, I'll be
favors.
fine.
Save up.
Oh yeah,
all
we're
the
doing it
favors.
before the draft. It's gonna be a live draft. That's what we're hoping for.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, August, I'll be fine.
Dan, just do me a favor. Don't win the championship before me, please.
Oh, it's gonna be the best.
It's gonna happen.
It's gonna happen.
That's gonna be
Why
tough.
did you even mention that?
It's gonna happen, Case, because you've mortgaged the next
Hey.
2 years now with all these moves you've made.
Case, do me a favor. Just keep drafting Gus Edwards in front of me. I'll be fine.
Hop on the Gus bus.
Man.
All right, Pete. We got Lloyd finally on camera.
Oh, he's got a bump. Sorry.
All I
The
have
Gus
left,
bus.
all I have left is the last 5 years of my pick. You want me to do that?
Yeah.
All right, last
Unbelievable,
5
Lloyd.
years. They played each other 11 times in the regular season. Mike is 6-5 during that run, and he has
Close.
won the last 3. That includes a season sweep of the
Yeah.
big rides: 173-94 in week 2, and 146-145, a 1-point win in week 11. I picked based on what I think is going to happen, and Mike, I think you're going to win, so I'm going with that one. Jeff, I think he had a good run, but I don't know, something about this year, Mike. You wanted to do a podcast. It lasted 33 episodes. It seems like your year. So I'm going with you.
All right, Pete. Thanks, buddy. I hope you just didn't jinx me. Just so we're clear, I do not want to jinx a sweep on the podcast. So if you all pick me, I'm picking Jeff. Just so we're
All
clear.
right. Well, you beat him twice already this year. I figured.
Well, that's one of the reasons why I get nervous.
Yeah.
Do you know, I have a very odd memory of Dan Larkin. You know, when we were seniors in high school, we had to play Marlboro. Or Marlboro was supposed to be our semifinals opponent. We had to beat Algonquin first. Remember this, Dan? And Lloyd said at practice, he goes, "Hey guys, don't look ahead of Algonquin. I'm more nervous about this game than I am about winning in Marlboro." And I was like,
Ooh.
way to go, Dan. All right, Dan, I'm going to come to you in a little bit. I don't want to put you on the spot yet. So, Steve, I want to go to you. You made a comment in pre-production about the weather and the influences the weather have on the game. And you said Jeff has better. Oh, man.
Oh no.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Taking his robe off.
Dan, you know we're live on a podcast, right? That's okay. Give me the weather.
Everybody that listens to the podcast is currently on it, so don't worry about it.
No, Jeff will listen to this. Steve, give me the weather forecast. Which games are you worried about? Give me the COVID updates, if there's any COVID updates. It looks like at the moment, other than the Elijah Mitchell Q, my 2 guys look like they're going to play based on everything I've read. Injuries look pretty clean in this game.
There he is.
Yeah, I mean, Edmonds is going to play. Let's start with the weather. Let's get to the weather first. The only chance of weather with Buddy is in Baltimore, which is going to affect Van Jefferson for you.
What's
And
the weather
Pete-
supposed to be like? I thought we were gonna have a nice weekend. Yeah, I was planning a picnic and
Showers.
Well, it's going to be warm enough for you, Pete. It's going to be about 65 degrees on Sunday. So it's going to
That's
be
amazing.
LA-like for Baltimore. But there's a chance of showers in that game.
who says
So-
nothing good ever happens here? 65 degrees in December. Or
So that's going to happen. That's the only game that's going to affect Ennis. He's got Prescott, Lamb, Kamara, and Taylor all in a dome this week. So that's going to help him with, those are, his 4 real big guns, all in a dome, all in good weather. For you, Tyreek in Cincinnati, there's a chance of rain there. And in Chicago, they're expecting a snowstorm Saturday into Sunday with some heavy duty winds. So your big deal, that massive deal you made to get Saquon Barkley, could come into question there for you. Something to pay attention to.
Hey, Steve, I'm paying attention, baby.
pay
I
attention.
know you are. When I'm taking a look at the matchups here, when I'm deciding who it was I was going to pick, now I originally had in the Super Bowl Innis and DeLuca, and I had Innis winning it all. Sorry, Pete. I'm taking a look at the matchups.
You
I'm
picked
not
Ennis before
thrilled.
the playoffs, too. And Ennis is favored in the Yahoo matchup, I will say. And he has more points than me this year.
You had him surging from second to first place.
I just
And
like
he's
him.
done. He's done that.
Can I just say something quick about Saquon?
He stinks.
Sure.
You were right, Dan.
No,
Yeah, he
he
stinks.
doesn't stink. let me tell you
Hold on,
something.
Dan,
You could
hold on.
put Derrick Henry behind Matt Glennon, and he's not going to rush for freaking 20 yards. Like, come on, guys. Like, you guys talked about it last week. Matt Glennon, or whatever his name, Glennon is a horrible quarterback. You can't put him in behind Glennon and expect him to run for any yards. Like, this is a terrible, anemic offense.
It doesn't help my decision about playing him this week, Dan.
Well,
It's not
that
just
could help
Glennon,
it,
it's
Mike.
Giants.
I would not play him if Glennon's under center. If Danny Dimes is back there, sure, maybe. But Glennon,
Danny Dimes not walking through that door.
I don't know how Danny Dimes has been any
Yes,
better than Glennon.
Patino.
Glennon is probably one of the worst you could find. I'd rather test the birdie back here.
I'm going to stick with my original pick in it. As much as I'd like to see you in the pod win this, I'm going to stick with my original. I'm going to take Innis.
A downer.
That's okay.
Sorry about it.
So Dan, here, let me tell you what I'm going to do, Dan. And I'll go to you, and then Case, I'll wrap up, and I'm going to do exactly what I'm going to do with Dan with you for Jeff's team. So let me tell you where I am for my roster, Dan. I tried to move people around so I could show like these guys are in, but for whatever reason, Yahoo's being weird. At the moment, I'll tell you who I have as definite locks. Okay, Kyler Murray, unless he gets hurt. I had a nightmare, by the way, guys, that Kyler Murray got hurt.
Who's your backup?
He got COVID. I picked up Trey Lance.
That would be a nightmare.
If he ends up, guys, if Kyler gets hurt, there's no one who can. So Kyler's in, Dalvin Cook is in, Tyreek Hill is in, Devonta Adams is in, Brandon Cooks is in. If James Connors is out, Chase Edmonds is in. Those guys are. The Cooks one, I pause a bit because I said it on the pod on Tuesday. I feel like there's the week after you have COVID, you play worse, but it's hard to bench him because he's their guy. So if I have two swing spots that I'm still up in the air on, Van Jefferson, who's going to have rain, also is their third option, but playing
Aren't they playing Baltimore?
Anemic Baltimore defense.
Oh, Van Jefferson all day.
And I have Saquon in it. Just because I can't take him out because I feel like he's going to boom if I don't. So if I don't play one of those two guys, here are my options. I roll the dice with Gallup. I get another body in what I think will be a high-scoring game between those guys. Or the one I picked up this week, it looks like he's going to be the starting running back. I play Boston Scott going into Washington. Sanders is out.
I mean, I don't want to like speak out of turn, do whatever you want to do, but
Dan,
if you watch what Cincinnati did to Baltimore last week, I would play, especially the Rams offense. I hope they don't let off the gas pedal like Cincinnati didn't. I would play everyone playing that horrible Baltimore defense. Like Van Jefferson, he's had some big games.
Put Van Jefferson in. Dan, now the question I'm now wanting to get you to answer. I know if you pick the wrong one and I pick fall, it's on me. I'm not.
No, that's fine.
Do you play Saquon? Do you play Gallup? Do you play Boston Scott? Or do you play Julio? No, I'm kidding. You don't play Julio.
Well, so I would not play Saquon because I have no confidence in that New York offense at all after, Danny Dimes went out. And Miles Sanders has hurt me so much this year. And when Scott was in there, Scott was a beast. Like I like Scott. I like him a lot. Gallup,
So you'd play Boston Scott.
I would, just because I said it to you in a text. I don't know how Dallas is like I thought Dak was like out of it. He proved me wrong last week. I think that was kind of a fluke. I don't trust those guys on offense. Their defense, I trust their defense 100%. So I would go with Scott because I think their offense needs him more than anyone else.
Wow. I think you are have more testicular fortitude than I do. Yeah, Steve, you're going to say something.
Yeah. The only problem that I would have with Scott, and I agree with Lloyd, is Jordan Howard. So he was upgraded to limited. If Jordan Howard is in there, you're looking at split carries between Howard and Scott, and you're really splitting carries with.
Yeah, but Scott was the main back though, Steve. When Sanders was out, Scott, I picked up Scott 1 week and he scored 2 touchdowns. He even scored someone Sanders has been back.
I'm just saying that if Howard plays, out of the screen, if Howard plays, now you're looking at a 3-headed backfield with Howard, Hurts, and Scott.
Just so you guys
You know.
know, the chances of me not playing Saquon Barkley are essentially zero. There's no world where I don't play him because he's going to go off for like 4 touchdowns if I don't. He's going to be in.
Oh,
I
my,
know, Dan.
I would
Dan.
pick
Dan. I know, Dan. I know, Dan.
I would pick between, if I were you, I'd pick between Barkley and Gallup. Those are the 2 guys I'd pick between.
Who would you
That's
pick?
me. If it were today,
Let's assume it's Sunday.
I'd probably take Gallup.
Take Gallup.
oof.
I know Pete would take Barkley.
What's the question? I'm so confused. I was looking at your roster head to head and I was trying to figure out what advice I would give you if this was my team.
Barkley or Gallup, who would you play? Or Boston Scott?
I don't think that that's even a consideration. Barkley, I think is in the, you have to look at what your opponent's going through too. It's not just your team in a vacuum. Saquon is questionable, but he's no more questionable than the situation Kamara's in. He's a stud player, had a really bad week. Jeff can't feel really great about that. So I think those two cancel each other out. I think your lineups are both pretty much equal the same. I think it comes down to he's playing Mitchell and Michelle, and you're playing Jefferson and Edmonds. I like Jefferson a lot against Baltimore because everything Lloyd said. I think that Jefferson's going to get a touchdown regardless of the rain or whatever. I don't know anything about Edmonds that much. I think it's a little weird that if he scores, it takes away from your quarterback essentially. So I don't know about that. If I was going to roll the dice on somebody, I was looking at the free agents, and I think I like Peoples-Jones as a player on Monday Night Football, so you can wait to make the decision. And he's somebody that throws deep or that could catch something if the situation was going poorly. Anyway, that would be my take on what was going on. I think Barkley is an automatic play. I think Van Jefferson should move up your confidence list a lot. I don't know what to do with Edmonds, and I would reserve that spot for maybe rolling the dice later if I was losing.
If Connors was playing, I would be more in your camp. If Connors doesn't play, if I'm at the goal line, I'm going to score because Edmonds or Murray will score. So that's good.
Connors is out, then sure. Then that's fine.
That's right. Okay, Case, we just spent a lot of time on my team, which was what I wanted to do because whatever. I'm here. I'm in the finals. It's my podcast. So sorry, Jeff. Let's do something similar. I don't think Jeff has as many decisions to make as I do. I want to get DeVito's insights very quickly on Elijah Mitchell and on the backfield in LA. I'm pretty sure Henderson's out, but Akers is back. So what are they saying about Akers and Michelle and the potential split? And then what are they saying about Elijah Mitchell? And then, Case, I want to pull you in to analyze Innis's roster a bit. Oh, wait a second. Lloyd, who'd you pick?
For who?
The finals.
I picked you. You asked me.
Buddy, thanks.
Holla.
This was weeks ago though.
Do you still pick me? You can change it.
I'm still not. I live and die by my sword. I chose it 2 weeks ago. I picked you.
Oh, live and die by his
The
sword.
chosen pick for the chosen ones. All right, Steve. Niners backfield, Rams backfield. Quick update.
Yeah, so as far as Mitchell goes, Mitchell did get in a limited session, but the problem with Mitchell is they've said this all along. Do they want to hold him back in case they make the playoffs? Wilson's been playing well. Is it worth the risk of him getting back in there? Akers has been practicing, but he's another guy. I mean, there's a chance he's going to play, but he's not going to see a ton of snaps when he's back in. It's Sony Michel's backfield. And McVay even said that today.
So do you think Michelle all-in starter, Mitchell, you think he plays or doesn't play?
If he does, he's not going to see a full workload.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I want him to play. I want him to play.
Can I add something real quick about so what I read was he needed to get activated, so he needs 3 weeks in order to get his like pension credits or whatever. So that's why they activated him. They said he won't play until the playoffs. That was the initial thing I saw.
Akers,
yes.
Yeah, he may suit up as an emergency back, but he's
it's
not going to get
so
a
the
full
Rams,
workload at all.
LA's backfield is all Michelle. Niners backfield's a little muddled up, given that we don't know about Mitchell. Noted. Thank you, Steve. Jeff, fortunately for him, has the other running back for the 49ers, Deebo Samuel. So, Case, it looks like Jeff, when I texted him earlier this week, said his roster set. So I think if Mitchell plays, Jeff has declared, to some degree, this is who he's going to go with. If Mitchell's out, so I'll give you a question of like, do you think that's the right approach? And then let's go with the world where Mitchell's out. Who do you think he plugs in? And as you look at Innis's roster, who's your pick as it goes towards the game?
So if Mitchell's out, I could see Innis rolling the dice on McKenzie just because he had just a monster week this past week and maybe try to gamble on that a little bit because he
Mackenzie
did.
plays at 1 o'clock, you idiot.
No way.
Mackenzie
way.
plays at 1 o'clock,
If
so this guy will be
it gets,
ruled out.
if it gets decided before that, Pete, I'm not saying it's a game time
Guys,
call.
the guy's playing at 4 o'clock.
I understand that. Okay, you can make the freaking call at 12:50. All right.
Oh boy.
He did this against me last week, right? Where he chose Sanders over McKenzie and that backfired on him, right? So maybe he tries to play last week's roster this week and plays McKenzie in that spot. All right.
Wow, Mike.
Look, that's my professional picture I have right there.
Oh man.
Wow.
A lot of hair in that picture.
Look at that hair.
Very hairy man.
I really wanted to pick you too.
Sorry, Kate. Sorry. I wasn't even listening to you. I honestly don't even know what
I
you
could
said.
tell. I could tell you weren't listening.
Do that
Yeah. So
again, do that again. Who do you think so let's just assume, I understand Pete's point. He didn't have to say it like that. There's a guy I used to work with and we used to always give him this feedback. We're like, you usually say things that are helpful, but you literally never have to say it the way you say it.
Oh yeah, no, this is
His name was Dave. He was super nice. He's a super smart guy, but I'd be like, dude, I agree with you, but you literally don't have to say it. So Pete's point was right. He didn't have to say it like that. But it feels like unless Mitchell is ruled out in the morning of Sunday, he's likely, based off his current roster construction, going to either be saying, I'm playing Mitchell.
He plays Landry on Monday night. Then he
I'm
plays
playing Landry. Hey, Pete, I got to say, based on this podcast, you think I should pick up People Jones right now to block Innis so he doesn't have that option?
I think you should look at both late night games and you should do anything you can.
Well, I got the guy. I can't have. There's nobody else on the Sunday night game. It's
Is there anyone
Palmer
on the
is useless. Palmer
Is there anyone on the
useless your bench.
49ers, Mike? Like, look at those running backs right now. Go get Hasty, go get whatever, because who gives a whatever? At the end of this week, it's all over. So I would block everything that has to do with Jeff Innis, but you beat me, so you know better than I do.
so
If you're going to do that, Palmer's useless on your bench.
Yeah,
I like him for next year though,
really? It's
Why?
like,
because I don't know if Mike Williams is going back to the Chargers, dude.
You're not.
know
You
that
probably,
funny.
would you keep him?
I was
You
there.
guys said it right. Mike Williams is good for the first 4 weeks. That was about it.
Mike Williams stinks.
he is pretty awful.
All right.
If I was Jeff Innis, just to hey, Mike, way to go. Added your Michael Hasty drop Josh. If I was Jeff Innis, just because we gave Mike so much advice, I would get away from Mitchell completely. It's a 4 o'clock game, so obviously you can't start the 1 o'clock people. Casey, take note. So looking at 4 o'clock and on after that, I think that Landry is probably the only
If
option.
that guy's freaking decision comes out before the 1 o'clock game starts, Pete, I'm taking a freaking screenshot of it and I'm sending it to you.
Dude,
So he's
put your
gonna have to
hand
look
down.
at,
Case. You
No,
look
I'm
so
pointing at him.
angry. Stop
I'm
pointing
pointing
at
at him.
We already established he didn't need to say it like that, dude. We're good.
yeah, get over it.
So, Case, who's your pick?
He
I'll
was
take
going to
Florida.
pick you.
Go ahead, sorry. So, guys, I just made two moves. This is collusion, I think.
No, I mean, he could have joined. But I would have told Jeff to either, like, I think he should roll the dice with Jacoby Myers flat out over Mitchell at
Yeah,
1
me too.
o'clock. Just plug him in and don't worry about Mitchell's status at all. Or I would have told him to go get Jones, but that's over.
Who?
Peoples Jones, sorry.
Oh, Peoples. Would he go by Jones or Peoples Jones?
Peoples Jones. He's
It's
a
a question.
hyphenated.
If someone has two last names and someone wants to shorten the last name, do you go the first one or the second one?
E. Jones.
I don't think
Both.
you do. I don't know.
You don't think you
Both.
can?
You
You
gotta
call
go
them both
both.
so you don't offend them.
If you're a man, how do you get a hyphenated last name?
Your parents did it.
Your mom's name.
Oh, your mom didn't take your dad's. Okay,
Right.
makes sense. I didn't even
All
think
right.
about that.
So you guys all picked me. I was saying it jokingly. So there is a number of. I'm going to pick myself. Like, there's no world I wouldn't pick myself at this stage of the game. As Dan says, what is it? Ride the horse you sorted with. Whatever Dan said. Whatever.
The sword he wrote it on.
Died on the sword you wrote in on.
Right.
That's gonna
Die
be
on the
sword.
sword you wrote in on. Thanks.
My
Yes.
joke louder.
Sit on
My
your
joke
sword,
louder.
yeah.
There it is.
Sit on your sword.
Yeah.
No.
Live by the horse, die by the horse.
There it
No,
is.
it's fall on your sword.
Yes.
I don't want to fall on
Thanks,
my sword,
Pete.
though.
Thank you, Pete. Yes.
No, I don't want to fall on my sword. I
No,
want to
but
play
that's-
with the
that's-
sword. No, I want to play with the sword I rode with.
Way too many sword fights going on right now.
Oh.
Steve.
It's in the NHS locker room.
Good one, Steve.
Oh.
Good one, Steve. It's like a post basketball game shower scene. Sorry.
Ah, put your swords away.
Yeah. God.
Where's Mike Weber? We need him.
I love to get
What
post
you guys
game
doing
shower.
in there?
Hey, did you know Mike Weber's kid got drafted in the NHL?
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Right.
He's a
yeah.
stud.
Look it up, Lane Weber.
He's a,
Good for
he's a
him.
stud.
Great fact, Mike.
What team? You know?
Ranger? I don't know. My
That's
brother
awesome.
told me. My brother was emailing with Weber about something, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he never went to Pennsylvania. He stayed in Massachusetts because his kid got drafted." I'll pick myself. That Dallas Arizona game is a fun one. It's a huge one. So to me, there's 3 games that are must watches for the playoffs as it goes. Arizona, Dallas. I would definitely not have even done this research. I can't imagine we've had that many finals where the starting quarterbacks were playing against each other in the Super Bowl and the NFL. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
For Innis, because he's so 49ers heavy, that 49ers texting game is a big one. And that's why I kind of like having Cooks in that game, just so I can have someone else, the double stack bring back, as Pete likes to talk about it. And then for me, it's the Sunday night primetime game. I need a big output of points from 2 of my 3 best players, that being the Vikings and the Packers. So those are, if you're watching the games, the 3 biggest games. Then you have a couple individual storylines that are really important. Obviously, Jonathan Taylor, it sounds like Wentz might play because of the new COVID rules. What happens there with them? Can Kamara play better with Hill back? Can Barkley show up a week when it's the playoffs? There's a lot of good storylines. I think it's anybody's chance. Pete, we talked about this on Tuesday. I have in my head, I need to be up by 15 to 20 points going into Monday night. If it's less than that, it's over. If it's in that window, it's going to be super stressful. If it's over 20, I'll win. That's where I would put myself. Hurricanes. There you go.
So can I ask a question though? Like,
Yeah, dude.
coming before last week, right? Cardinals have been very inconsistent. Kyler Murray started off hot as a firecracker.
Yeah.
Dak has been down. That's like my whole thing when I said to you, Mike, is like, I think it comes down a lot to the quarterbacks. Like, how do you guys, like, I don't know, like, I thought Dak was like already out of it, right? So he had a great game last week and Kyler's like kind of like been down. I think that has a lot to play into like both weeks. Like, what do you guys think about the quarterbacks?
I think whichever one scores more points is going to put their team in a good place. I think this will be a high scoring game.
Agreed.
I actually
but, like,
kind of liked that Dak scored so many points last week. I think it's
Why?
very hard to score that many points 2 weeks in a row. And Arizona's defense is pretty good, but Dallas' defense is pretty good.
I think the
They've
biggest thing,
both been inconsistent though. That's what like kills me.
the biggest thing with Arizona is they got a young head coach and they got a bunch of young playmakers that, like, now they need to win because they threw away games that they should have won. So that they're going to have to try to score if they want to stay in the actual playoff picture. So that bodes well for Mike.
Well, not having Connors, I watched the game last week. I would love if Dallas gets up on Arizona because Kyler Murray dumped. Chase Edmonds had 9 catches last week. Like, if Dallas gets up again,
I'm fully aware,
great.
Mike. I'm fully aware.
Great. I'd love that if that happened again.
Yeah, it'd be awesome for you.
Yeah.
Stunk for me.
It did, Brian. All right. So this pod, DeVito's the only man on an island picking Jeff. I really appreciate that, Steve. If I went 5-0 on this pod, I'd be talking to you guys Tuesday morning, congratulating Innis on the victory.
So
Anything else we want to add? Lloyd, awesome podcast.
real quick,
The
Dynamite.
entrance
So-
alone is fantastic.
after the whole Mr. Seaver thing, I asked my mom to dig up like a class photo. She couldn't dig up the one from first grade. She did dig up one from 4th grade, right?
Who'd
And
you
I
have in
can
4th
name
grade?
Everyone in this picture, Mike, except for 2
Lloyd.
people.
Who was
Alright.
your teacher in the 4th grade?
You guys had
You were in
Brawl.
my class. It was
Oh, we were
Mr.
in Brawl.
Yeah.
I had Valori. I know that.
So there's 2 people in this class picture. I can't figure out who they were.
Okay.
I can name everyone else in this class photo, which I give myself some credit that I can actually name them all, and a lot of them all look the same. But there's 2 people I could not remember, and I'm gonna try to show you the photo right now and see if you can remember who they are. All right.
This should go great.
Oh, this is not going to work.
So right here,
Brookside kids, huh?
I think that's DeVito. Which one?
right here, this girl. I have no idea who she is.
Is that Lindsey Connolly?
I can't see. It's all blurry.
Is that Lindsey Connolly?
And you got to take a screenshot and send it to us.
That could be Lindsay Connolly,
okay.
dude. I can't. It's somehow you are in like a tiny screen and you don't have it that close to the screen, so it's.
The girl in yellow. Can you see the girl in yellow?
Oh, I know who that is. I don't know her name though.
That's Spates, right?
Yeah, space is in
Space,
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see
This
CJ.
is a great class photo. I can name everyone but the girl in the yellow right here.
The girl in yellow, I recognize her.
Lloyd,
don't know.
screenshot and send it to us right now.
Yeah, take a picture on your phone and send it over.
All right, hold on.
The podcast is over anyway, so we can do it offline.
I asked
Alright.
my dad, I go, Dad, can you go through all the photos and find one picture of me and Mike Kaleli? I said, any year, first grade, kindergarten, high school, anything. He goes, Peter, I don't know where they are. I got no idea, Peter.
Wait a second.
Here you
It would have
go.
been on the look, it's in the man room. It would have been on the cover of the t-shirts if that's what we had, but he couldn't get me one. Peter, I got nothing.
Peter, I can't help you.
Peter, I can't help you. I don't know where your mother put him.
My basement cleanup.
Oh, jeez.
Oh boy.
I just sent it to Mike and Pete.
There's
Well,
Lloyd.
love framing things.
This case, my mom did this. I have one. I
Yeah.
thought Lee DeVito in case.
Lely
Right in the middle there. CMG.
There's me and DeVito. Yeah. Caitlin Egan, what's up? And there's me in case right there.
I know who that girl is.
Caitlin Egan.
No, Lloyd. Her name was Talita.
Mike, CMG is right in the middle.
Toledo what?
Um,
Oh yeah, we're right there.
Oh, Pete, good fucking memory.
Toledo.
Guy.
Dude, we don't
Like,
curse in the
they got
podcast,
there.
Lloyd.
We're clean.
Lloyd, we don't curse in the podcast, dude.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Take
Her
it
name's
back. Take it back.
Sugar.
Take it
Take
back.
it back.
Take it back. Just take it
I
back.
take it. I'm sorry.
I think her name was like Talita Valdez or something like that. I don't know. She was a Portuguese girl. I don't remember what her last name.
Talita Soares.
Yeah, Soares maybe something like that.
I've never seen that blonde girl in my life.
No idea who that blonde girl is.
Oh,
Look at
Stuart.
Jenna Mackey. Oh my goodness.
So the girl the girl I was talking about was next to Francisco Molina.
Oh yeah, I like Francisco.
Then it was Brett Buckheister, Eric Trezzi, Nelson Alfonso, your cousin Matt, Adam
Mark.
Linnell, and
Mark.
Aaron Dix.
Wrong one, Mark.
Mark, whatever.
Lloyd, you
Lloyd,
look exactly the
great
same.
Great
Yeah,
shirt you have in that
you look
picture.
exactly the same.
Who's that? Is that Ethan Gormley next to me?
Yes.
Normally,
Yes.
they get a double shout out.
Matt Cameron, Steve Gibbler, Jimmy Bedford, not known.
Talita, that's
whatever
Talita
her name
Soares.
is.
Talita Soares.
Yep. Leah.
Did I ever tell you guys I went to Disney World in like the 8th grade and I saw Aaron Dix there?
That's amazing.
No way.
Incredible, yeah.
How did Aaron Dix make it to Disney World before me?
Have you ever been to Disney World?
No.
Never been to Disney World?
Nope.
I wasn't in this class, and I remember my mother was so mad.
You take
All
your
your
kid
friends are
with
going to
you.
be in that class, and you're not in it.
I just remember I just went to Facebook. Have you seen Aaron Dix these days? Dude's jacked.
He's a
Bodybuilder.
giant.
Good
All
for
right,
him.
Hey, you got a name picked out yet?
Huh?
You got a name picked out yet?
No.
Aaron.
I got a tip for you. But here's all you got to do is this your first kid or no?
First.
All you got to do is whenever somebody asks you what name you like, you just say theirs. So I go, hey Dan, what name you like? You go, I really like Pete. I go, that's all you got to do. Every single person, just tell them you like their name.
I was gonna drop some silverware. Ching Chang Larkin.
Yeah, let's practice. Lloyd, Dan, what do you think of her
Dan.
name?
Come on, man.
Oh, Steven. I love Steven.
Steven, that's what I'm really going with.
Steven.
Steve, now can I ask you a quick
Steven?
question? No, I
This
didn't
is
know
divulged. This is
I don't know
divulged.
if this is like a no, not
Go
now.
ahead. Go ahead. No, anything. Go ahead.
Oh,
Uh,
God. Here we go.
No. My mom
Phil's
told
gonna
me
love this.
the other day. She's like, "You know, Steve's like what's your title now?"
At the high school?
Yeah.
Hey, no. Steve, don't answer. Don't answer. Steve, don't answer.
Don't answer.
Lloyd, I want you to say what you think it is.
She said like I want to not head resource officer, like dean of students, right?
Got it.
What's Dumbledore's name in Hogwarts? That's what I wish Dan just said.
You're a high
you-
school dean? How does that
Dean
work?
of students, right? No.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Aren't deans just in college?
Not in Milford, buddy.
Dan Waring.
Well, is that a new thing or?
Paul Bundy sweatshirt.
Paul
Oh,
Bunyan.
Bunyan.
Moron.
Paul Bunyan.
Paul
He's so
Bundy.
shook.
Al Bundy.
Al
He's-
Bundy.
He's
Hey,
barely
Al
spoken this
Bundy,
podcast.
best football player that never got a chance in the podcast. by the way.
Paul Kai.
We done?
So, Steve, is that a new
Dan.
thing or
We're still
just this
recording.
year, or?
Can we do this offline, Dan?
I didn't even know we were
Sorry.
recording.
Dan,
still.
don't hang up. Don't hang up. I'll
Don't hang
start.
up.
We can still chit chat. All right, everyone. It's
All
finals week. Ennis, good luck this week. Can't wait to make you the medium rides. For Steve, for Case, for Pete, Lloyd, take us out. What road do you want to go down?
Right down Chester Lane to Dilla Street, and then right down Pershing Street.
I think we did that last week.
It's okay. Down Purchase Street, we're exiting Milford. I'm Mike. Good luck this weekend, Jeff. I hope I beat you. Don't forget to check your rosters and put some teams in. Peace.